Okay, Game Cooker US Rocks VR here. How are you all doing today? I hope you're well. Um, there was a lot of things that I was going to try to do today, but some games and stuff were not working, so it kind of messed me up. So here I am with Plague Tale Requiem. Um, so what am I doing today? Well, um, hopefully we got game sound, but I'm not sure. Um, I'm gonna be like looking at DLSS 3 in this game, basically, and just kind of see how it feels whenever you enable it. So the game itself looks very nice. I'm not sure why in the stream it looks like cloudy. I hope that's just my laptop or something. Not really sure what's going on there. It's very clear on my screen. Let's see here. Hmm, not exactly sure what's going on. There we go. Okay, so it was my laptop. Alright, yeah, my settings were all screwed up. Now, it looks like that I have the whole screen. I'm just trying to figure out if you're getting the whole screen here. Let me just check. Because I can't really see OBS right now. It's behind the game. Okay, yeah, it's good. Alright, so the game itself looks very nice. I'm not sure why I can't hear. This is very low. So I have the settings at basically ultra at 4K. Um, I don't know what this optimizer is. I guess it's just ultra. I don't know. I'm not sure what that is. It just says offers the best image quality with the biggest impact. Okay, blah blah blah. All right, I'm not sure why the I got to put up I guess the Windows frame thing here because it's not my other one's not working. So, let's see if that shows up. Come on, Windows, you can do it. Hmm. It's not showing. I don't know why. Let's see if NVIDIA shows up. Weird. The Windows one should be showing. Not really sure why it's not. Hmm. Hmm. Oh boy. There's always something, isn't there? Always something. Okay, so none of the on-screen displays want to show up. That's just great. Hmm. How can we get an FPS counter on here? Maybe I can try a different approach. Let me try. I hope it doesn't screw up the OBS though. Okay, so I'm gonna have the Windows 1 on here. So I gotta change that. I'm gonna put that like right in the, I don't know, somewhere up here. And then, oh, oops, oh my god, did I just kill the game? God, I hate the Windows. God, stupid Windows. Xbox, you know, it's like when you minimize the game, it closes the game. It's very annoying. So why isn't this working? I'll be right back with it. Hold on. Just gotta restart the thing. Such a pain in the freaking neck. So now I should have the on-screen display now when the game comes up. Now unfortunately it's like I put it in windowed mode so it wouldn't close. Now I'm gonna have copyright stupid music. Sorry. There we go. I have a counter up now, but I'm not sure it's showing up. Let's see if it shows up on Hey, there it is. All right. It's working. Now let's move it up just a little. Where is it? That way you can see it better. Okay, let's get rid of the music as soon as possible. Okay. So everything's good now. All right, great. Thanks for your patience. I hope you can see it. So I wish people would be on when I'm streaming. That would be helpful, but I can't blame anybody because I never tell anybody I'm doing anything. So now don't worry about the CPU temperature. That's normal. I have all cores at 5.4 gigahertz. So, I mean, this is pretty nice. Alright, here we go. Alright, so I got everything on Ultra. I do have stuff running in the background, so, you know, this isn't like a clean, what you would say, clean, sorry, I got the sniffles too. This isn't like a clean, Windows going. I mean, when I do videos, I like to do, like, more realistic. Because you're not going to, like, shut off all your background stuff to play games half the time. I mean, most people don't do that. So, I'm not doing it. Because that would not be representative of what the game, everything can do. So, and I understand it's not scientific because everybody's got different PCs, whatever. This is just somebody who has a PC with a lot of junk on it. So, it's kind of slow to begin with, so it's going to be, I don't know, it's going to be kind of hard to, it's going to be kind of hard to tell.
We'll end up finding him in a tree.
Wait, I thought she had a girl. Why doesn't the kid ever look at the mother? Now, I didn't play the first game, so I know nothing about this game. Except it's got lots of rats. So the game looks really good. I mean, I'm not sure it's like I'm a snail.
Look at that.
Like an old lady.
A castle.
So I wonder, it's like I was running there for a second. How do you run? Doesn't seem like there's like a run button. But let me just do some turning here. Yep. So we're getting almost 60,
All right,
not
then.
quite.
Time
And
to
again,
run.
this is at ultra. Oh, here we go. Now we're gonna do it. Jeez.
Hugo, you're gonna sweat like a hog. I am
Okay,
sweating
there we
like a
go.
hog.
Now we're running.
It's
Yes,
good
sir.
for you.
Yay. Get the run. Okay. So I gotta get the feel of it. It's kind of hard to like really get the feel. I just usually do like 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, 7 1000, 8 1000, 9 1000, 10 1000. I just kind of get like a, you know, a kind of feel of like mainly turning left and right.
I like your new home. All right.
I hope you got sound. I'm not sure. Let's see. Oh yeah. Alright. So there is in-game sound too, so I was wondering about that. Okay, so they're not going to let me go backwards? Really? Oh my goodness. Wow. Really? Wow. They won't let you go backwards. I guess they want me to talk. Wish this was an open world.
Lucas, the Perfidious is invading my castle!
Yes! And I'm going to turn you into a beetle!
Amicia, he's too powerful! We have to hide!
Yes.
I'll count to 10. Then I'll come for you, King Hugo, and...
Amicia the Amazon.
Of course. So go! Now!
Come, Amicia the Amazon.
1,
We have to find a
2,
good hiding place.
3,
I'll stand by your side, my
4,
king.
5,
Ah,
Quick,
6,
quick!
I'm busy right now.
Breathe, my king.
9,
Good.
10.
Let's keep an eye on him now.
Coming!
He's coming, he's
Which,
coming!
is it an emergency? No, then I can't talk at the moment, sorry.
I smell fear. I, Lucas Perfidious,
Out of the
among
camera.
Perfidious, swear to make a stew out of your toes and eat it. The Perfidious has laid his eyes on you. It's over.
You're too evil!
Come on, don't despair.
Too easy. So, I'll give you a second chance.
I think we have to move around more to keep out of sight, my king.
You can do your thing over there if you want.
3, 4, 5.
What am I doing here?
6,
Oh yeah.
7, 8, 9, 10. I'm coming.
Whoops.
He's on his way!
Was that you? I found you. You underestimated my powers.
He's too strong!
Or we
Yeah.
are very good.
Oh, let's do it again! Please, please, please!
Fine. My black evil heart can still enjoy the thrill of the hunt. Go! Go, you fools! This time, I'll only count to 5.
Let's go,
1,
Amicia!
Quickly,
2,
my king.
3, 4, 5. I'm coming!
He's on his way!
I will show no mercy this time. I've offered you my last spark of goodness. I can read your minds. I even know King Hugo eats apples at night.
How does he know?
I wonder.
You are resourceful, but I will find you all the same.
You know what? We should hunt him too.
Oh, yes!
Shh.
only a matter of time before I get you.
Heck is he? I don't see him.
Goodness!
You got so scared!
Fair enough. Well, I'll get back to studying now.
Lucas.
Well, if I want to become an alchemist,
But you are an alchemist.
I'm still your mother's apprentice.
All right, go and study. We'll stay a little longer.
Right. Goodbye.
Come, let's see the rest of the castle.
As you wish, good king.
I'm glad Lucas stayed with us.
Me too. We wouldn't be here if not for him.
Are they gonna let us go back up here?
Amicia, the castle is the other way.
Yes, we'll go.
I want to go back. Alright, so I'm gonna put on, I'm gonna load the save. I don't know if I can or not. Let's see. Seems you can't load the save. What do? Go to main menu? I guess you can't load a specific save.
Right.
Ah.
Goodbye.
Come, let's see the rest of the castle.
Alright, let's...
As you wish, good king.
We can't really run too fast. I'll start up here, I guess.
Amicia, the castle is the other way.
Yes, we'll go.
I want to go back. Alright, so I'm going to put on DLSS 3. Frame generation now. It's hard for me to see here. Let me go up here. So DLSS super resolution. Well, let's do it without DLSS. Unless it's like something you need. Let's just do DLSS quality first. Okay, so that gives us about 70 frames per second. I mean, the frame time, I'm not sure if that's what we're looking at or not. But I don't think that really changed. I'm kind of busy right now. For what? What?
She needs you because,
That's the receipt.
yeah, 600?
No, that's what it costs to neuter the cat.
Oh.
That's just a quote. What's up, Hawk? Okay, so the frame time is now 17.9 milliseconds. Okay, so, so it actually went down when I enabled DLSS. So that's like opposite of what everybody's been saying, so that's a little odd. Although, it does take the CPU bottleneck away. So, that might be what's improving it. So that's actually a pretty good thing for us to take note of, though, right? So if putting on DLSS quality drops the frame time, then when you put on frame generation, you might take a hit, but you actually already gained something by putting DLSS 2.0 on. So, and the game still looks, you know, pretty darn good. Now, I don't know if ray tracing is on. So we got better frame time, and we increased our FPS already by, what, 25 frames per second? Did I put on frame generation by accident, though? Because that's higher than it was. Okay, so I already had reflex on automatically, so um, ray tracing. Okay, so ray tracing is not on. Okay, so let's put on frame generation. Okay, so it had to do something there because there was a little bit of lag. So now it's at 100 frames per second. So that's almost double the frame rate. Well, not quite. It's like 3/4 more, which is pretty good. And the frame time it dropped to 11.5, so it's even better. So I'm a little confused. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, 7 1000, 8 1000, 9 1000, 10 1000. It does feel like there's a little bit of a difference, but not. I mean, obviously this is a very slow. Be nice if I could run again. That would be helpful. Okay, so this is all without ray tracing. Okay, and I put it on ultra for a reason. So I can't run yet. I want to run.
Oh,
I
can
don't.
I climb those rocks?
Of course. Just don't fall.
I never fall.
They're gonna let me run?
Yes, sure.
Yes. King Hugo patrols the ramparts of his great wall.
What can you see from up there?
My kingdom.
Is it prosperous?
It was, but then Lucas attacked.
Oh, yes. The infamous sorcerer.
Oh, a river. It's the sea.
Let's patrol there.
So the frame times are even less now. 9.5.
Whoa.
Very pretty.
Wish they would let me run.
So,
This is where my kingdom stops.
that branch is your frontier.
Yes.
Why not?
Look out to Misia the Amazon. Enemy ships coming. They're going to attack us.
Oh no! What do we do?
Stay at the frontier and sink them before they pass.
Got it! My mighty sling is yours!
Here comes the sorcerer's army.
I see them! We'll save your land, my king! One
It
down!
has aim lock
Yes,
or whatever.
Keep going. More ships are coming.
Oop, I missed. Okay. I'm not sure what. Oh, I
Many
see.
tried to invade us. No foul magic will
I
develop
didn't
because
prime it.
we are the House of Daroon.
Okay, I got it.
Oh, Lord.
Hello! Let them come! I'll
I'm the
crush
king, and
them!
she's my captain, and we're fighting a sorcerer's army. I'll fire the cannon then.
Now let's fight!
Alright, so let me put it back on. So we see we got a lot of frames there. Um, it's just very hard to really study this game, you know what I mean? Because of the... I need to move this... I need to move this thing because it's really in the way. Of the graphical settings. Okay, so... Alright, let me put everything back to normal. Again, reflex is on. Normal, just basic mode. I'm going to go back. Alright, so we're back to 62 frames per second. Okay, so... And the frame time is up to 16.1, so... Yeah. Alright, so...
Soldier Tona!
Let's put on ray tracing. Just to see how much it drops the frames. So we're going to put ray trace shadows, so it has ray trace shadows. So it's loading now, it's changing.
Keep firing that cannon! Yes! We're kicking their asses!
Alright, so there's definitely a lot more
Evil asses!
lag here. So it
Hey,
went up to
calm down. You're
21.5
starting to speak the devil's tongue.
milliseconds on the frame time. Yeah, there's definitely like major stutters for some
All
reason.
right, give them the coup de grace, Tona.
Oh, ooh. Oh, cutscene. Why is there a cutscene? Oh,
Here
man.
comes the cannonball!
Oh no, Hugo, take cover. All right, boys. You won. They surrendered.
Surrender accepted!
This is a really, really good looking game.
I should go now. I'm late for work. You work? Yes, on my father's farm with my brothers.
Very nice
Are
looking
you
game,
all
right?
I must go. Bye!
Good luck then.
Goodbye, Tana! He was nice.
Come along, my king. The war is over. Let's keep following this river.
You only missed a few. It was funny. And Tana was nice.
He was, yes.
Okay. So maybe it was just loading up that cutscene. But it's definitely not really... Oh man, they're going to block us again. Yeah, so this is not how I would want to play it. Because it's so slow as it is, like she's moving so slow that it's like... It just kind of... It's almost like she's walking through molasses. I mean, that's not the ray tracing doing that. That's just the game. Because they don't really let you, obviously, move fast. Because that's not the kind of game it is. So I definitely would want to bump up DLSS here. So let's put... So it dropped, what? 15 frames? Just enabling the shadows. So I'm going to put just DLSS for now. We're going to do it in steps. So I'm just going to put it on quality just to see how much it bumps it up. Whoa, what does that say? Whoa. Did you see that? I'm confused about what I just seen there. Look at this. So I'm playing in Ultra. It says offers the highest performance, recommended for 8K gameplay only. I didn't see DLAA. Where's that? Where is that option? DLAA, because that's good. Somebody was talking about that. That's the NVIDIA AI-based aliasing mode. I don't remember seeing that. Unless it's like automatically built in or something. Why did this... Okay, so when you do DLSS, it turns off some features. So okay, so let's just do DLSS and see how much frames we get now. Okay, so we went from 45 to, let's just say 75, right? Will be, so that's 30 frames per second more. That's pretty nuts. I mean, that's an amazing jump, and it's like definitely much, much smoother. Like it feels really nice now. There's no like micro stuttering going on and none of that. I mean, DLSS is just pretty amazing. And look at how well they optimize DLSS now. I mean, the water looks like water. Look at how nice this game looks, huh? Pretty, right? Yeah, I know. Go ahead. I'm streaming right now, so I can't. Yeah, leave that on. I'll take care of it. Sorry about that. My kids are getting ready for bed. So let's look at that frame time again, because that's really something that people don't talk about much. I mean, when you enable DLSS, it it lowers the frame time. So if we're looking at the water here, which is probably the worst, it's like 2020, 20.5. So when you put on DLSS quality, I mean it drops like all the way down to 13, like say, all right, say 14, even though it's in 13s. So it goes from 20 milliseconds to 13, 14 milliseconds. I mean, that's pretty amazing. It's like so funny how like still on the internet, all these stupid like tech sites and all that stuff, they still, well, not everybody, but a lot of them still like say, oh, RTX, oh, you know, who wants it? Nobody ever wants RTX. They just want rasterization. And it's like, well, I mean, I don't. To me, it's like, don't you want like new technology? You know what I'm saying? It's like, don't you want technology that's just going to make your like whole experience better? Right? Even if it doesn't like do anything revolutionary to your eyes, right? But just enabling DLSS, right, is making this so much smoother. Like, I mean, even if even if like say, let's say the game didn't look this good, because it still looks wonderful with DLSS quality on. And again, this is just quality mode, right? I didn't even put it on performance. So this is just dropping it to the highest setting of DLSS. So let's try performance and see. So it's kind of dumb that like anybody criticizes the RTX features. It's just stupid. Like there's no reason to criticize it. Like the reason why the RTX cards are more expensive, and I don't want anything to be very expensive, but the reason why they cost more is because they're doing more, right? It's like a car with all the features. You're going to pay for that, you know? And these features are very good, right? So, and I didn't even get the DLSS 3 yet, you know, on this with the ray tracing yet. So again, this is with ray tracing. So let's put it up to performance, right? Even though this is kind of dumb because I got a 4090, but let's see like if it makes a big difference. Yeah, it's not going to make a huge difference because, I mean, well, just because I have a 4090 and a 13700k, but look at the game. It still looks pretty darn good, even with performance mode. I mean, there's a little bit of a difference. Like, I do notice the quality drop, but not like if somebody saw this game and didn't know anything about DLSS or anything, they would still say, wow, this game looks pretty nice. And look at the frame time now. It's all the way down to 11.7. So it's even better. And this is, again, with ray tracing. Okay? Pretty amazing. Alright, so let's put this back up to quality. Alright. So now it's back up to like 13.5. I'm just trying to like see like if there's any kind of like weird stuff going on here. Can we cross this? No. See, I don't want to go too far because they're going to take me away. But I mean, as far as this game goes, I don't think the responsiveness is really even going to be an issue, like for anybody. So let's go ahead and put on frame generation. Frame generation on. So with frame generation, it's up to 94. Right? So think about that for a second. 94. 90, 94. So we were at 45. Right? So with frame generation, you gained, well, you know, depending on where you were, like back here it was, I think, 45. But so you gained 40 to 45 frames per second with frame generation. And the frame time is still less than if you had it on regular rasterization. Okay? Now the reason why the frame rate is not higher is because I think I'm CPU bottlenecked, believe it or not. Because the GPU usage is only at 81% right now. So the only thing that I have an issue with the frame generation is if it's under 100 frames per second, mainly lower though. Like for some reason there's a
I'd like to have a friend like him.
I know, but we'll settle down soon, and you'll make
and again I
friends.
haven't
You
like
sure?
As soon as we know how
tested
you're
this
doing.
enough to verify it, but I had this
There
issue
could
in
be a long
Cyberpunk.
time.
Not this time. This time is different. I know it.
I hope so.
Is when you put DLSS 3 on, and it could be just have to get used to it, is sometimes you get queasiness in the stomach, right? So I'm not sure if those extra frames are like messing with your brain, you know what I mean? And it's like making you think that, okay, you're turning but you're not turning, you know what I mean? Like the frames, in other words, you're turning but the frames are still showing like the previous, how can I explain it? Like you're turning your mouse, so your brain is thinking, okay, it's time to turn now. But the frame generation's throwing like, you know, however many frames it's throwing in there that are like fake, right? They're real frames, but they're not conducive to what the game engine is putting out. It's kind of like inserting them. So I'm thinking like when you're going to turn, those frames are still there, but those frames are not turning. Like you're not turning in those frames. So it's almost like, you know, if like when you're sitting in a car. I don't know if this is a good analogy, right? And like there's a bus or a big truck next to the car, right? So you're standing still, but the bus starts moving, right? And like immediately your brain is going, oh, what's going on? Like your stomach starts to get queasy, and like your brain sees the truck or the bus moving, and it thinks you're moving, but you're not. So you get that kind of feeling of vertigo, right? So, what? Why? Okay. Yeah, so that's the only thing I can think of that's what's causing the queasiness. Except it's not the side of you, but it's the front of you. Like these frames are flying by, right, at 95 frames per second. So when you're watching like a TV program or something, you know, they're normally like 25 to 30, right? So, and you can't really tell once it's up to 30, like watching a movie. But when you're playing a game, it's quite different, right? You have a lot of frames flying by, and even though you can't see them, your brain sees them. Like even though you don't notice them. So I think that's what kind of, in certain scenarios, it gets you kind of queasy. Not when you're going like forward. Like forward, that's not it. But like when you're making
We'll have
sharp
to climb
turns
this.
and stuff.
You pull me up this time.
What?
Right?
Just kidding. I'll help you.
You're too
But
heavy
nonetheless,
anyway.
the game is super smooth.
How dare you?
One day I'll be
You know what I
able
mean?
to.
It's very smooth. And it still looks good.
Whoa, that castle is huge.
What do you say? Do we attack it?
All right, I'm ready.
Now, charge!
Yeah, so I don't really see a big difference here in like the responsiveness necessarily. I mean, it feels like there's something different, but not anything that is negative. You know, the game is smooth. And you know, we probably don't even need frame generation in this game, really. I mean, it's so slow of a game that it's like, why even bother? I mean, without frame generation, I mean, I'm still getting, you know, pretty high frame rates. You know? And the game just looks stunning. So I think the bottleneck is, now it's showing 95%, see? And for some reason, my CPU usage is always saying like 4 or 5%, no matter what game I play. So I think because of the 24 threads in the 13700K, it's like it won't show like an accurate depiction of like the CPU usage anyway. I would have to disable the E-cores, which you can do in the motherboard. Oh, there was a little bit of a, I don't know what that was. It was like a little drop in the frame time here. That's like a really weird spot there. It like, oh man. Why is it doing that? Maybe that's just me because I'm turning her. Oh, no, that was definitely lag there. Something's not good right in that spot. Unless I'm not supposed to be turning her like that quick. It could be the DLSS, I'm freaking it out. Yeah, that was really bad spot right there. Oh, am I supposed to be looking for this kid? So, I don't know, to me, oh, here we go, she can run. Good. Let's put on DLSS 3 again. Because that's really like when it's going to matter. It might help if I put the graphics on. So let me put on frame generation again. So now we were up to 100 there for a second. Yeah, I mean, I don't really see like, oh. Can't get over the rock. Come on now, step up, you're not that short. Yeah, just when you're like under 100 frames per second, it just seems like there's a little bit of that, when you're moving like very suddenly, like this kind of motion, which is not normal, obviously. You're not going to be moving like that in a game, in most games, but that does do something to my stomach. Again, it's not anything I would say was like negative for me, but anybody who's like prone to like motion sickness, it could it could add to it. I mean, that's just my opinion. Again, it's not a negative opinion. But again, you don't really need frame generation in this game. Like, I would just shut it off. It's a good technology, though, because I do like it in Cyberpunk. So let's turn this off and just put on regular DLSS. Now the frame time went up a little. But yeah, see, I mean, it's still pretty much the same response. You know, it's not, I don't see as much blur either when I'm turning. Like when you put on frame generation, you see more blur. And that could also be what's making you feel queasy, right? Because you're seeing more blur. You know, that could be very sensitive for some people. But I would just play the game like this with DLSS on quality. I don't really think you need frame generation. I mean, what the extra, 15? Again, this is with ray tracing, so remember that. There was a much bigger increase with ray tracing turned off, but this is with ray tracing. So again, I wouldn't really use DLSS 3 with the ray tracing on. This just seems fine enough. And it looks beautiful. The responsiveness is good. See, she's dancing. Oh yeah. Alright, cool. Yeah, so I mean, cutscene. To me, it's working. It's doing what it's supposed to do. Now we can check this scene. Let me check this scene without ray tracing. Let me turn off ray tracing. So you can see what it is without ray tracing over here, where the water is. So again, I think I'm bottlenecked somewhere because oh, I don't have frame generation on. Let me put it on. Yeah, let me turn on frame. So with that, so no ray tracing, DLSS quality, now frame generation. So see, we get, it goes way up now to like 110. So let's see if I get queasy when it's like over 100, when it's 100 frames per second. So it just seems like it's a little more blurry, but not too bad. So I think the queasiness only happens when you're at the lower frames per second, you know what I mean? Like once you get over 100, I don't think it's really as effective, you know, it doesn't affect you as much. But again, if you're sensitive to motion sickness, that's the only thing I can say. But I would just use regular DLSS if that's the case. Because I mean, you still get a lot of increase in frame rate just from using DLSS 2.0. But again, I like DLSS 3, you know, in certain scenarios. Again, this is a slow game, so I don't really see the reason to really use it. Because DLSS by itself just really smooths out any stuttering. Like it just totally takes it away. I'm just amazed by it. Like, it's just crazy. You know what I mean? Now it's gonna adjust. Or it should adjust. Oh yeah, because I don't have ray tracing. So it's not, it didn't really bump it up a whole lot here with the DLSS 3. So this is no ray tracing with just DLSS. So, you know, that's more than enough frame rates. So to me, it's like shooters, fast-paced games. You know, that's really where you're going to benefit from it the most. You know, if you really got a really bad video card, maybe say a 4050 maybe when they come out, or 4060, and you want to really bump up that frame rate, you know, DLSS 2.0 should work fine. For like a more faster paced game, you probably want to put on that frame generation. The other thing that I want to check too is this, before I go, this will be the last thing. So the other thing that I wanted to check out was the reflex, right? So right now I had it on low latency enabled, and then it has enabled and boost. So I don't know what that means. So let's disable it, right? Disable reflex, and it's just basic because this is just DLSS anyway. Let's put on frame generation without reflex and see what happens. See, this is really just odd. Don't you think? Like, the frame time really didn't go up. I mean, unless I'm just looking at the wrong, the frame time is not what we're supposed to be looking at. Maybe that's not what we're supposed to be looking at. So let me put on reflex and see if that changes it. I don't think it's going to change it. I don't think it's needed. Unless it's like with ray tracing, maybe. Oh, wait. Oh, reflex. Oh, reflex is automatically enabled. That's right. With frame generation. Okay, so let's turn off frame generation again. Alright, now let's see. Let's put on ray tracing, right? Without frame generation. Maybe we can check out how that reflex works. Alright, so the frame time is at 10 or 11, 14 sometimes because it's a bad spot back here. And I think when you're running, it goes up because you've got a lot of stuff going past at 4K. So let's see here. So let's put on reflex and see what happens here. Let's go to a better spot here. Alright, so that's like still 13, 15 here. Pretty bad spot. So it's at, say, 15. So let's put on, it's already on, so let's put it on boost. I don't know what that does. So boost didn't do a thing. I'm not really sure what that does. Let's turn it off. Let's see if anything changes. Sometimes it takes a couple seconds to adjust. So I don't know if the monitor has to support it or what. Like, I'm not sure how it works. But right here it's like 10 to 11, right? So let's put it enabled again. Yeah, so I don't really see, I mean, it's not really changing. So I'm not totally sure how it works. So we'll put frame generation back on. Okay, so it seems to do something. Like, it seems to work when you put frame generation on, but when it's just regular, it doesn't seem to do a whole lot. I mean, it's like 1 millisecond difference. I mean, it is lower, like, now that I'm running through here. Let's see if it goes up to 15 again. Yeah, so it's not jumping up to 15 and 16 like it was, so it is doing something. So I guess leave reflex on. It probably just smooths out the frame generation to make it more, I guess, stable. So let me turn off frame generation again. Let's see if that works. So now it's up to 13 milliseconds. Again, when you turn on frame generation, it takes away, it helps that CPU bottleneck, right? So it's going to go up. So yeah, so it seems like DLSS 3 can help with the frame times. Now if I turn on, let me turn off DLSS altogether and see like what it goes up to. Was it 15? Let's turn off DLSS. So yeah, so you turn off DLSS and it's like, this is with ray tracing, I believe. Yes, this is ray trace shadows. So it's definitely stuttery now, like before. But look at the frame time. It's up in the 20s now, right? So just turning on DLSS drops the frame time like immensely, you know. And this is not playable. This, like I said before, ray tracing, no DLSS. It's not. I don't like it. It's too. There's a lot of. It's like micro stutter craziness. Now I could turn the graphics down. So let's put the. Let's go to high. Or let's go to quality and see how. Does that change it? Oh, actually, yeah. Wow, that changes a lot. Whoa, what a difference. So if I just play this game on quality, which still makes it look pretty nice. It's at 60 frames per second or more. With a 4090, of course. And of course, when you're running, it's always going to drop. But just standing here, we're getting almost 70. Huh. So let's try it now. Let's mess around with this stuff. So this is at, what is it again? Quality. So this is what you're supposed to play it at. Okay. So let's put on DLSS quality. We're going to go from, say, 70, 65. And we went up to 85. Well, it's going back and forth. I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's all over the place. So, depends on where you're at. Okay, so it's jumping up and down. So you're getting about, say, 15 to 20 frames, depending on like what you're looking at. You know, obviously, if you're looking at a lot of foliage, it's going to drop. All right. Again, this is with ray tracing. Right, ray tracing is on. So let's put on frame generation. So we're basically at the same place we were before. The frame times are down to 11.3 milliseconds, which is pretty good. So the game still looks fantastic. But it seems like I'm bottlenecked. You know what I mean? My CPU is probably bottlenecking it. I have an NVMe drive, so it's not like it shouldn't be that. You know what I mean? Look at the VRAM usage. Isn't that crazy? 13.5 gigabytes. That's how much VRAM it's allotting. That's pretty insane. I don't know what the regular RAM is because I can't see that. But yeah, so I would say high quality. Again, I don't think you need frame generation. Not in this game, so I'm going to shut that off. You know, this is really smooth. I don't really feel any like micro stuttering anymore. It's pretty nice. Yep. So yeah, I mean, again, it's up to you. If you want those extra 20, excuse me, if you want those extra, whatever it is, 35 frames, you got it with DLSS 3. But since this is so slow paced, I don't think, yeah, my CPU is at 5.4 gigahertz on all cores. So I don't want to like, I don't want to shut the game down. Let me open this up here. Um, where is it? Let me see if I can open this up so you can see. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see it on the screen though. That's the problem. No, I don't want to update. So the game is paused right now, so I don't know if you can really. I don't even know if you can see this. It's so small. So, what's going on here? So we don't need the voltages. So as you can see here, I don't know why it looks like that. It's kind of strange. Alright, there we go. Okay, so I don't know why this is like, this looks odd for some reason. Options. So you can see that all the P cores here are running at 5.4 gigahertz. The E cores, I turned them down to 4.2 so that it would save a little bit of power to give those P cores their due diligence. Um, Now we can also check the GPU if I can get it up here. This is even harder to see, the GPU shark. Um, this is much more difficult to see. Oh, I don't even, you can't see what I'm looking at. Huh. Duh. I forgot, sorry. Let me see if I can um, do another window capture here so you can see. Okay, so there's the GPU shark. Um, and then I'll add another window here. And then you got hardware monitor. So you can see the hardware monitor is showing 5.4 on the P cores. And then the GPU shark. Um, I mean, you can see my graphics card stuff. I might be able to add more detail to that. Let's see. Let's do detailed mode. So you can see the clock speed is 2700 megahertz. The bandwidth is 1 gigabits per second. That is so crazy. So the core is only being used, you know, not to the max. So there's a bottleneck somewhere, you know? And it's only using 73% of this 110% of power usage. I could probably. So let me close these here, so we can get back to the game. I can get up NVIDIA, but you can't see it. But I'll let you know what the wattage is right now. So it's only using. Oh yeah, it's up now. So it's using like 340 watts playing this game. The GPU temperature is only 63. GPU utilization is like 91 to 95 per, somewhere around there. So yeah, something's holding it back. These 4090s are just so powerful. Well, this is again at 4K, remember. If I turn it down to 1440p, that'll change things quite a bit, but I hope it doesn't screw up the... Let's put it down to 1440p. Yeah, see, it didn't even change. Did it change? No, it did not change. How do I, like, why didn't it change? That's weird. I can't get it to change. Maybe because I have it on full screen? There we go. Maybe now. But I don't know. Let's see if it took. Nope. Huh. Weird. Okay, there we go. I hit enter. Now it's working. So let's go to full screen. Huh. Interesting. Huh. I think because I have it on full screen. Huh. It just won't change. That's very odd. I probably have to close the game to change it. Okay. Anyway, I don't know. Yeah, so RTX features, in my opinion, they're a must-have. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. I don't care about all the criticisms of NVIDIA cards, which there should be none really, because they're always good. Yeah, definitely RTX features are, you gotta have it. I mean, I don't know why people buy AMD cards. You know what I mean? So, let me see if I can close the game. So stay with me. Let me go to the main menu and see if I can change the resolution, because I'm not sure why it won't let me. Maybe it just defaults to like what your native is, because my native is 4K, so I'm not really sure how to. There is no like it's still going. Oh, what a dummy. Oh my god. It was grayed out here, so I'm like, didn't even like notice it. Duh. Sorry. Alright, so let's continue. Man, I feel dumb. Alright. Jeez. Alright.
Surely missed a few.
So here's, so
He
now
was
we're,
funny.
whoa.
And Tuna was nice.
Oh, we're
He
back
was,
here. Okay,
yes.
good. Okay, so now we should be at 1440p. we're at DLSS quality ray tracing. So let's turn off ray tracing. Let's turn off DLSS so we have like a base of where the normal FPS is. So at 1440p, we're getting, say, let's just say 125 average. We'll lower it.
I'd like to have a friend like him.
I know. But we'll settle down soon, and you'll make friends.
You're sure?
As soon as we know how you're doing.
Yeah, so
That could be
we're
a
at
long
like say
time.
125
Not this time.
average. I mean, it's
This
going
time
up
is
to
different. I know
144
it.
I hope so.
sometimes. But let's just say one. Yeah, I mean it's way up there. Like, why would you even have to have DLSS? But this is again a 4090, so. Alright, so we're going to put the DLSS on without ray tracing so we can see what the bump up is. So we're just going to put it on quality. So it's going to be a modest uptick, if any. Okay. It's probably not even going to be much different because we're going to be at again, a bottleneck, right? So, but the frame time is like all the way down to 6.8. So that's quite amazing. That's really good responsiveness. There's like no stuttering at all. We ring around the rosy, ring around the rosy. Alright. Yeah, so we're definitely up in the 140s here.
We'll have to climb this. You pull me up this time.
What?
Just kidding. I'll help you.
You're too heavy anyway.
Huh, how dare you?
One day I'll be able to. Whoa, that castle is
Alright,
huge.
so I'm gonna get rid of the
What do you
girl
say?
again.
Do we attack it?
All right, I'm ready.
Now! Charge!
Alright, good. So now she can run. Alright, so now we're gonna try ray tracing. We're gonna add ray tracing. So we're gonna be at 1440 DLSS quality and ray tracing on. Alright, so wow, that looks really nice. Wow, what a difference. The sun's glaring off the wet rocks. See that? Here, why do I got motion blur? So yeah, so we're still up in the hundreds, man. Right? So, and it's still 8 milliseconds. Like, well, 10 there now for some reason. I guess when you're moving, it goes down. There's like a chromatic aberration. There's like a blur in the water here. So the DLSS is having a little trouble. Although that might be a normal blur. Obviously, because of the water shimmering. But they did do a better job with the water now. Like it's when you have DLSS. It used to be really like, you know, pretty bad. So now we're going to put on frame generation. See if we can knock up this stuff more. So DLSS quality, reflexes enabled, ray trace shadows, frame generation. Let's see if it does anything. Yes, it does a lot. Wow. Look at that. Woo! It went from what, 115 to 175. Now you see, it's like, okay, there's a stutter there. I don't know what that was. That was probably an artifact. Like the frame, it didn't know how to render the frame because we're spinning around too fast. But yeah, we're definitely at a solid high frame rate here. When we stand still, it's just like way high. Pretty crazy, man. Do I get queasy? Let's see. Usually at the higher frame rates, you don't get as queasy feeling. I see some stutters though. Not sure what they are. Not often, but every so often there's a stutter. I'm not sure what's causing that. I mean, it feels okay. Whoop! Oh boy. It, I shut the game. The game stopped. Let me start it up again. Sorry about that. I hate they make you go through the splash screen every single time. You know? So the last thing we're gonna do is go back and see what it is without the ray tracing again. Wow, it's way at the it didn't save. The graphics were too much, maybe. Well, you know, it's still new tech, right? So there's always going to be issues. Again, I'm playing the game like I shouldn't be.
Funny. Tuna was nice.
Jerking all over the place.
I'd like to have a friend like him.
But back here we're at 162. And that is again, let's see, DLSS quality, frame generation, everything ultra, ray trace shadows. So this is again with ray tracing.
Sure? As soon as we know how
With
you're
frame
doing.
generation.
That could be a long time.
Not this time. This time is different. I know it.
I hope so.
We'll have to climb this. You pull me up this time.
What?
Just kidding. I'll help you.
You're too heavy anyway.
How dare you?
One day I'll be able to. Whoa,
So again, it seems like
person is
right,
huge.
left,
What do you say?
right,
Do we
left,
attack it?
right,
All right.
left.
I'm ready.
I'm saying that because I'm hitting the key,
Charge!
right? So I'm hitting the key when I say it. Right, left, right, left, right, left. I mean, it looks like there's a delay, but I think that's just normal. Let's turn off frame generation. The game itself is just, you know, very like I said, like you're moving like a slug. Let's see, right, left, right, left,
Let me see.
right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Yeah, it's already a little bit of a delay, like when you're turning. So let's turn off DLSS altogether and see if that's what's doing it too. All right, so this is without DLSS. But let's see, is ray tracing still on? Yeah, turn off everything. Alright, so this is just regular rasterization. So let's see, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Yeah, it's just the game, like the game is doing that. So you see this rock here? I guess it's still pretty shiny. Let's turn on ray tracing and see if it looks even better. But of course the frame rate's going to drop. Yeah, it's a little bit different. There's a little more of like a glare, like a normal regular sun glare. So this is definitely playable at 1440p with a 4090. Yeah, this area here I think is messed up. That's the only place I really get a stutter. I just think that part there is buggy. It's very bright right now. So let's turn on DLSS again, one last time. Let's put it on performance and see if that does anything different. It didn't really do a lot last time. So it is helping a little bit more at the lower resolution. And the game still looks pretty darn good. Even on performance mode, I mean, it's... You know, this game is a perfect example of when developers do things right. Now again, obviously, like I said, there's some buggy part here, but the game still looks fantastic, even with DLSS and performance mode. You know? I mean, not that DLSS looks bad, but yeah, there's something there. See, there's something wrong in that spot. But usually you can tell the difference between quality and DLSS. So these guys really made the textures very good. And it matters because when the AI is examining the textures, the higher quality the textures are,